What if Deku joined Team JPDE Compilation? Chapters 78 to 81. The week before. Glinda Goodwitch Deku thought. To be honest, I don't know if she'll say yes. She is the headmistress and has a reputation to uphold. There's also our age difference. Then again, I don't think that matters. She must have taken those things into consideration before we started meeting in private, Deku thought. You're overthinking this, Izuku, just go and ask her, Deku thought. She has done so much for me. For us. For all the students at Beacon and the civilians in Vale. And she works long into the night to make sure that things run smoothly. Most people see her as a strict authority figure who'll whip you into shape with her riding crop, though some people might like that, but beneath that outer shell was a woman who really loved and cared for all. She first defied Ozpin by allowing Professor Peach to take us on extracurricular activities to Peak, allowing us to not be grounded at Beacon, and more importantly it allowed us to discover the mysteries of David's existence and the flame. And then later on she turned against Ozpin's plans involving the Amber and the Fall Maiden's powers for us. She turned against someone she had known for years for some kids she only met 6 months ago. And there is one more thing, Deku thought. She's super fucking hot and sexy. There's a reason why so many students dream and fantasize about Glinda. Including me, Deku thought. Deku then left his room, though not towards Glinda's classroom. He had somewhere else to go first. As usual, Glinda was in her classroom buried in a mountain of paperwork, though this time it was a lot more than usual. Her entire desk was covered in paperwork that towered over her. Glinda then heard a knock on the door. Enter, Glinda said. The door to the classroom then opened and Deku stepped in with a tea tray. Good morning, Glinda, Deku said. Izuku. What are you doing here, Glinda asked. I came to ask you something. And I thought that I should bring you some tea as you were bound to be buried in paperwork. But Jesus Christ, I didn't think it'd be that much paperwork, Deku said. Yes, it is quite a mountain, isn't it? I have paperwork for the Vittle Festival opening dance, the end of year's exams, and then the Vittle Festival itself. Not to mention all the regular paperwork. I'm going to be at this all day, Glinda said. Well, I hope this tea will help with the stress you're under, Deku said. It most definitely will. Please, Glinda said, clearing space on her desk for the tea tray. Deku then placed the tea tray on Glinda's desk and poured her some tea. Glinda removed her glasses and picked up the teacup. So, what is it you wanted to ask me, Glinda asked, bringing the teacup to her mouth. I wanted to ask if you'll be my date to the dance, Deku asked. Glinda spat the tea all over Deku. Thankfully Deku activated his aura just in time. You know, I always thought spit takes like that were just for TV. Guess I was wrong, Deku said. Did I just hear you correctly? You want me to be your date to the dance, Glinda asked. Yes. You've done so much for me and the others, so I can think of no one else I want to invite to the dance. I understand if you can't accept, I'm sure you'll, Deku said. Glinda suddenly grabbed hold of Deku and pulled him into a kiss. Deku was certainly taken by surprise, but he didn't resist at all, melding into the kiss. Glinda then pulled Deku over her desk, knowing the tea tray to the ground with the tea set shattering. She spun around and pushed him on her chair and straddled him, before turning the kiss into a full-blown make-out session. Glinda started to grind and bounce on Deku, and in return Deku started groping her. Eventually the two had to break for air. So is that a yes, Deku asked. Glinda responded by pulling Deku into another kiss, this one a lot shorter than the first. Someone's in a mood, Deku said. Of course I am. I've been so stressed and pent up as of late. I need some release, and I need it now. I want you to bend me over my desk and fuck me until I break and continue on, Glinda said. Deku was taken aback by Glinda's words. Want about all the paperwork, Deku asked. I don't care about the fucking paperwork right now. I want you to, Glinda said. Glinda then said hundreds of libidinous words and actions that would make Evelyn sound like a saint, The two spent the morning and afternoon making a mess of the classroom before moving to Glinda's room and continued through the evening and long into the night. Monday. Day 176. Deku woke up wrapped around Glinda, his face buried in her chest. He pulled himself out of her chest and smiled, before kissing Glinda on the forehead, stirring her wake. "Good morning, Glinda," Deku said. "Morning, Izuku. Was yesterday really real?" Glinda asked. "I'm in bed with you." "I think that answer your question," Deku said. Glinda smiled. "I wish we could stay like this," Glinda said. "Me too, but you've got work to do, and I have classes to attend," Deku said. "And that's not the only piece of bad news. I won't be able to attend the Vital Festival opening dance as your date," Glinda said. "Figured. You've got to watch over a bunch of drunk teenagers and make sure they don't cause any trouble and burn the school down," Deku said. "I'm more worried about them starting a food fight, especially Team RWBY and JNPR," Glinda said. Deku and Glinda chuckled. "But yes, I will be busy watching over the dance. But also, I'd prefer to keep our relationship private. I'm sure you can understand what would happen if the press found out a teacher was dating a student, even if you're considered an adult and isn't against any rules or laws," Glinda said. "Yeah, the media would have a blast with that news," Deku said. "That means we'll have to wait until the whole event is over and everyone has left before we even dance. Such a shame," Glinda said. "Yeah, but that doesn't matter as long as I'm with you," Deku said, making Glinda's heart flutter. Glinda then kissed Deku and got atop him. "You know, we've still got some time, and you've just gotten me all hot and bothered," Glinda said. "Oh my," Deku said, his face going bright red. The two then had some fun before the day started. Down in Vale, Jack had met up with Lisa to ask her to the Vital Festival dance. "Well then. Didn't I tell you I don't go out with people younger than me?" Lisa asked. "Plenty of times. But are you really going to ignore an opportunity to be in Beacon?" Jack asked. "At a party. Not much opportunity for snooping around," Lisa said. "Considering the robot patrols we have now, I don't think you'd be able to anyway," Jack said. Lisa sighed. "Word. The people in the city already got used to them, truth tell. But I think that will change if they ever need to see action," Lisa said. "Wouldn't that reinforce it? They're guardians, aren't they?" Jack asked. "Yeah, but this is Vale. There's not much of chance of having to defend ourselves from Grim here. So my theory is that they've been brought here to protect the populace from other people. Bad guys or not, seeing bodies turned to Valesian cheese is not my idea of a good family Sunday," Lisa said. "Yeah, I see what you mean. These are high-powered combat units," Jack said. "Yeah. Anyway, I graciously accept your invite," Lisa said. "Glad to hear it. Even if you can't snoop around, you should be able to speak with a few people who may have noticed something more than us," Jack said. "I find it hard to believe. Still, I guess I'll have to dust off the old suit," Lisa said. Don't you mean the old dress?" Jack asked. Lisa just walked away. What was that all about? Jack thought. Deku was currently in his team's dorm room with his partners, telling them about what happened with Raven in the classroom. "So, how big were they?" Evelyn asked. "What are you talking about?" Deku asked, flustered. "I think Evelyn is referring to Miss Branwen's Mamari," Penny said. "Penny," Deku yelled. "Okay then, different question, how big is her butt?" David asked. "David," Deku yelled. The three laughed at Deku's uncomfortableness. "Why are you guys asking me those kinds of questions?" Deku asked. "Because we're kind of at a loss of what to talk about and so went with this," Evelyn said. "She didn't try and force you to do anything this time, right? And the time before that? I know you were inebriated then, but still, she didn't force you, right?" Penny asked. "Well, I can't remember from the night at the club, but I doubt Raven would have forced anything. As for the last time, she didn't force anything," Deku said. "Well, we know that the age gap isn't an issue and that you seem to have a way with women. And also, the fact that both of you were drunk, David said. Shut it, Deku said. But why did she only want to test how you reacted this time? Why didn't she go all the way, David questioned. I have no idea. The first time was most likely just a drunken one-night stand. So why test my reaction, Deku asked. Only she knows that, Penny said. Hence the other most pressing issue, Evelyn said. So, did you get a proper estimate for her chest size, Penny asked. Deku sighed. And why is that a pressing issue, Deku asked. So we can predict if Young's breasts are going to get any bigger, Evelyn said. Why do you care? Yours are bigger, Deku said. That's exactly the point, Izuku. We got to see if there are any threats to the pecking order, Penny said. Why is the pecking order breasts based, Deku asked. Wait, does that mean the male pecking order is based on penis size? If so, who's higher up, David asked. Good question. Izuku is bigger naturally, but with Bella's inspiration you shoot to the top, Evelyn said. It's a tough question, Penny said. More like a hard question. And speaking of breast size, I'm in favor of that system, it leaves me with an advantage, Young said, standing at the door. So, how long have you been there, Deku asked, as Young walked up to them. Long enough to hear them inquire everything about my mother's assets. Which, honestly, made my mood better. I think I've angsted about it enough. I'd better try and laugh at it, now, Young said. Really? Even after? You know, what happened before, Deku asked. I am still a bit angry at her for that. But the both of you were drunk, and I know how that clouds one's judgment, as I'm sure you guys know well, Young said. Evelyn blushed in embarrassment. And I know you've been around the block with several girls. It's done me good to just think about all of this as you seeing another girl, Young said. That just so happens to be your mother, David asked. Yes. That just so happens to be my mother, Young grimaced. Are you sure, Deku asked. Yeah. Nothing I can really do to change the past. All we can do is move forward and solve everything that's been going on. Which means confronting my parents. And this time you're not meeting with my mother alone, got it, Young said. Got it. What about your dad, though, Deku asked. Oh, that's been taken care of on the evening of the incident, Young said. Back on the evening of the incident. He's coming to Vale and he's going to fess up about everything. You hear me, Young yelled at Crow. Kinda hard not to. Fine, fine, Crow said. Back to the present. Remind me to never make you angry, Deku said. Nah. Anyway, Dad should be here soon. And after I'm done with him, it'll be time to confront my mother with the information I was withheld for too long, Young said. Good luck with that, Young. Just, if I may, Penny asked. What is it, Young asked. Maybe. Try not to be unfairly hard on your father, Penny said. Unfairly. I see what you mean. I'll try. But that depends heavily on how he's going to present himself to me. Now back to the present issue, Young said. What present issue, Deku asked. The pecking order, obviously, Young said. Meanwhile in Vale. So, how did the trip go, Crow asked. Felt like a funeral march. We screwed up, Crow Tai, Young said. Hardly. We all knew this day was going to come. But there was nothing else we could have done. Did you bring that thing, Crow asked. Yes. Gods only know what's inside. But it's for Young's eyes only. I owe her that much, now Tai, Young said. Later on, in the evening, Young had gone to meet with Crow and Tai, and had asked for Deku to come along. I'm sorry, Young, Tai said. That's a start, Young said. Mr. Xiao Long. So that wasn't just a warning, Deku said. Crow said. What do you mean, Izuku, Young asked. When we first met, Mr. Xiao Long told me to make sure I treated you right. And that I wouldn't like it when Young was upset. It was also some self-reflection. You knew this day was coming and didn't want me doing anything similar, Deku said. Yes, Tai said. So? You knew what you did would make me angry, Young said. How could I not know, Tai said. Then why, Young asked. Tai and Crow stayed silent. Young sighed. I know why. It's because you thought it was for my own benefit, isn't it, Young asked. That's all we ever wanted, Crow said. I see. I know, I always knew that was the reason. But if it actually was, I'll be the judge of that. So start talking, Young said. I don't think I should, Tai said. That's no longer an option, Dad, Young said. No, that's not what I just think that. Just. Here, Tai said. Tai then brought out an envelope and handed to Young. A letter, Young asked. From your mother. I was supposed to give it to you when you were old enough to understand, Tai said. Young got angry after hearing this. In his defense. Believe me, it wasn't that long ago, Crow said. Young calmed down. I'm too tired of being angry. Have you ever opened it, Young asked. No. Never, Tai said. Young then opened the letter. It's a lock of her hair. And a letter, Young questioned. Tai and Crow were surprised at the envelope's contents but then laughed a little. Of course, Tai said. Only makes sense, Crow said. Why are you two so shocked, Deku asked. Who do you think Young took after when it comes to caring about her hair, Crow asked. Raven flew off the handle just as quickly as you do if anything ever happened to her hair. And not only that. Young, your mother's semblance. It allows her to teleport to anywhere in the world where a trace of her DNA exists, Tai said. I'd wager that she probably can teleport to anywhere you are as well, by now. But she didn't want to take any chances, Crow said. Young smiled from ear to ear. Ah, stop smiling. This only makes you look worse, you know, Young said. I know, but it's just that I miss that side of her, Tai said. So, the letter, Deku asked, moving away. Right. You're right. But why did you move away, Young asked. Because this was always meant for your eyes only. You'll share it with me if you want to, Deku said. Young blushed. Thank you, Izuku, Young said. Young then started reading the letter. Dear Young, first of all, I love you. Don't ever doubt that for a second. I love you with all my heart and I curse the little time I've been allowed to hold you. But it can't be helped. As a first recommendation from your mother, don't ever let your pride get between you and your loved ones. I did, and that's why I won't be able to see you until you become an adult. I couldn't help it. I'm not blaming you for anything, make no mistake, but you were so unexpected. And when we realized you were coming, I was terrified. Not of being a parent, no. But of the world I was bringing you into. A world stuck in a never-ending cycle of sacrifice. Stalled in limbo, surviving on the blood and youth of its most brilliant. They would sacrifice you too to that limbo. I couldn't bear the thought. So, I shared my plan, my vision for the future, your future, to your father. He didn't like it one bit. We fought. First with words. Then for real. I lost. In my defense, I still hadn't recovered from my C-section and your father was strong, in his prime. Anyway, that's where pride comes in. I had agreed and sworn to respect the terms if I lost. So, it'll be years till we can actually meet face to face, Young. Just having to write that tears my soul out. Will I be able to abide by the word I gave? Will I be able to keep myself from seeking you out for so long? I don't know. What I do know is, I haven't changed my mind. You're my daughter, Young, and you're destined for much more than being another sacrifice. Please, keep this lock of my hair with you. Always. And when you're an adult, we'll meet and then we'll discuss about the great future that awaits you. But before all that, I can't wait for the chance to actually be your mother. With love. Raven Young Reed. Young began to cry. Why? How could you? Young asked. Young Crow questioned. Deku quickly rushed over to her. Just this letter. This would have made the things I did, what I put myself through and all I needed, Young said. Tai and Crow looked away in shame. Young Deku said. Ijuku, please. Bring me home. Ruby. I want to see Ruby, Young said. Okay, we'll go back right now. I'll carry you back, Deku said. Deku picked Young up and activated One for All before running off and leaping away, jumping from rooftop to rooftop on the way back to Beacon. What is she hates me forever for this, Crow? What if I lose her too? And Ruby, Tai asked. You're not going to lose Ruby. She's got way too much love in her heart to choose between her father and her sister. And as for Young, even if she removes herself from our lives, at least we saved her future, Crow said. There's nothing she needs to be saved from. And the jury is still out on that, anyway, Raven said. Raven then walked up to the two. Raven, Tai said. Honorless Kerr. How was it seeing our daughter's heart being crushed and feeling like it was all your fault? Let me tell you, when it happened to me when we first met, I wouldn't have wished it on my worst enemy. But on you? Well, it's only fair, I think, Raven said. If you think this is the first time I feel like that in my entire life, you've never really known me, Tai said. Oh, I always knew you were a bleeding heart. I just never realized before that night how much of a coward you are. The both of you, Raven said. So not wanting your daughter, my niece, to be bred and indoctrinated for a war she has no chance of winning is cowardice, now, Crow asked. Both of you. You like to fill your mouth with pretty words and noble ideas, but you're not willing to act on them. Really act, do something that'd make a difference, Raven said. Only difference you'd be making would be plunging the world into chaos. And Young right in the middle of it, Tai said. Poor, deluded, gullible fools, always wanting a battle you're sure to win. Think you can achieve true without facing chaos. Then again, I was no better until Young came in my life. Only one who always knew better was Summer, Raven said. And she paid the price. She's now below Remnant's surface, Tai said. Don't you dare, Raven yelled, drawing her weapon. Crow stepped in to block her strike. Tai. Not the best choice of words, Crow said. You talk to me of chaos, and change. Of going against the order of the world. Both you and Summer. And where did that leave you? The world isn't saved, you're estranged from your daughter and Summer isn't here. You speak to me of cowardice. I speak to you of selfishness. Your ideals are worth to you more than your lives, your loved ones and their chance at a normal life. At some semblance of happiness in the brutal existence that is Remnant, Tai said. It's to end that existence that Summer fought. Don't you dare belittle our beliefs, Raven yelled. Those beliefs made the two women I've ever loved to disappear, left me in a situation where I had to choose between my daughter hating me and her life being ruined, and with Ruby not even remembering her mother's face. I will spit on them to my dying day, Tai said. Raven backed down. You know, I came here to ask if, by any chance, Summer knew, Raven said. She didn't, Crow said. I figured that out 60 seconds ago. When I still had an ounce of lingering affection for the two of you. Don't ever get in my way again. I'll show no mercy, Raven said. Even if it is for Summer, Tai said. Why do you keep bringing her up, Raven yelled. Ask your daughter and her boyfriend. You won't believe us if we told you, Tai said. Tai then walked off. What the hell is he on about, Raven asked. Would you believe me if I told you, Crow asked. Raven stayed silent. Then do as he said, Crow said, before walking away as well. Raven then took a moment to ponder their words. Bullshit. That can't be true, Raven thought. Tuesday. Day 177. Evelyn and Penny had met up with Janara and Titania to invite them to the opening dance. "Well, I'm going down those stairs with Penny," Titania said. "Why, Penny?" Janara asked. "Red and green go great together." "We're going to turn so many heads," Titania said. "Green? What green?" "Your hair is grey," Janara said. "Silver, thank you very much." "And of course, the green of my dress," Titania said. "We don't have any dresses, doofus." "Well, I mean, I do still, I don't have any. You know, special dresses," Janara said. "Oh, so you want to wear a special dress?" Evelyn asked. Janara blushed. "Well, it's a special occasion, so I think we should, you know," Janara said. "Well, don't you worry none. I'm gonna make you the bestest specialist dresses ever," Evelyn said. "I figured. Still, thank you," Titania said. "So Titania wants a green one. What about you, Janara?" Penny asked. Can I have something with poise?" Janara asked. The others were surprised by Janara's answer. What did I say?" Janara asked. "Nothing much, Janara. It's rare to see you act your age," Penny said. "And what would that be?" "Because if we go by my actual chronological age, I should be a toddler," Janara said. "Huh. I never really thought about that. Oh my gods, that'd make me," Titania said. "The youngest person of our group. Even younger than David," Janara said. Should I start counting from when they put me in the clock tower, or?" Titania questioned. Penny laughed. "Me and my father had a very engaging conversation about this matter. In the end we decided it'd be more socially agreeable to use an age fitting my appearance," Penny said. "Because you're actually?" Evelyn asked. "My chronological age would be 3 years and 78 days, as of today." "But why the face, Evelyn?" Penny asked. Nothing, it just hit me that you're pretty young. Technically," Evelyn said. Yeah, I guess so. What about it?" Penny asked. Nothing, just thinking out loud," Evelyn said. Deku was walking through the beacon halls, after classes had ended for the day, when he heard a loud crash coming from one of the combat arena classroom. Curiosity got the better of him, and so he went to have a look. He entered the classroom to see Dew-Gale dancing through several dummies, striking them with her spear. She struck the last dummy, sending it flying across the arena. She held her pose from the final strike before relaxing. "Impressive," Deku said. Dew jumped in surprise. "Ijuku?" Dew questioned. "Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to scare you," Deku said. "You didn't scare me. You just caught me off guard," Dew said. "Still sorry about that," Deku said. "It's alright. So, what are you doing here?" Dew asked. "Curiosity," Deku said. "Huh?" Dew said. "I heard some noises from the hallway and decided to have a peek. And I'm glad I did, that was an impressive performance," Deku said. "Thanks," Dew said with a small blush. "So why'd you do it?" Deku asked. "Huh? Do what?" Dew asked. "Why do you train so hard? What's your motivation?" Deku asked. "May I ask what is your motivation first? I've noticed how hard you train. Why do you do it?" Dew asked. "Fair enough. The reason I train so hard is to be someone the world can look up to. A shining light in the darkness that will protect them. A name anyone can call out for help. A symbol of peace and justice," Deku said. "It sounds like you want to be a hero from a comic book rather than a hunter," Dew said. "That's because I do," Deku said. "Huh?" Dew said. "While a hunter mainly fights the darkness that is grim, that doesn't address the real issue that make the grim so terrifying," Deku said. "And that is?" Dew asked. "Negativity. Imagine, if you will, there was a huge tragedy in Vale that caused a huge loss of human life, suffering and destruction, like a dust warehouse exploding or a terrorist attack. That would generate a lot of negativity which will attract the grim, and very powerful ones at that. Now the kingdom's defenses may be able to hold out, but the negativity will continue to grow as civilians fear for their lives and criminals take advantage of that chaos. If order isn't restored quickly, it's only a matter of time before the kingdom falls, Deku said. I think I'm starting to see it. You want to bring hope to people in crisis to combat the grim. Whilst that is an admirable goal, I'm not sure you will be able to do it. You can't be everywhere at once, Dew said. You're right, I can't, but if I am able to inspire others to stand up, then we will be able to purge the darkness. But that won't happen overnight. First of all I need to master my semblance, Deku said. Really? It seems to me you have a pretty good handle on it, Dew said. It may seem like that, but that's not true at all. I can't even use my semblance at 100%, Deku said. What? Then what percentage can you use, Dew asked. Right now I can handle 40%, but I tend to use 20% at max in combat class, Deku said. May I see, Dew asked. Sure. Let's reset the dummies and I'll show you, Deku said. The two then reset the dummies. You ready, Dew asked. Just give me a moment to warm up, Deku said. Deku began jumping on the spot. Little bunny foo-foo hopping through the forest, Deku said. Dew snorted. What was that, Dew asked. My warm-up. Now, watch me, Deku said. In a flash Deku was gone. Dew watched as Deku sped around the arena punching and kicking the dummies. Some of the dummies fell over due to the wind pressure created by Deku's strikes. After a few moments all the dummies had been knocked over. Impressive, Dew said. Thank you, Deku said. So why don't you go all out during combat class, Dew asked. Because there's nothing to learn from doing so, for me or my opponent. We are here to learn, not beat each other up. Now going back, why do you train so hard, Deku asked. Well, I do have a reputation to uphold. I am Dew Gale of Team NDGO, winners of the team circuits. But the main reason I do it is because I'm tired, Dew said. Because you're tired, Deku questioned. Yes. Team NDGO has never lost a match ever. It's gotten quite tiring to keep it up. But since coming to Beacon, I think I've found a team that could, with one particular individual in mind, Dew said. I hope for you that they live up to your expectations. Anyway, I best be off, see you around, Dew, Deku said. See you, Dew said. After Deku had left. Don't worry, Izuku. You most certainly do, Dew said. As the night had fallen, Young was preparing to go meet with Raven. I still think. I think I should come, Ruby said. Nah. Believe me, it's much better if you stay behind to be my snuggly strawberry rock if I need more affection to get me out of another rut, Young said. Young, Are you sure? Considering how this has gone so far, Blake said. I'm sure. I need to not let this control me anymore and actually make that speech mean something, you know, Young said. Just don't hurt yourself anymore. I don't like seeing you cry, Ruby said. And most importantly, whatever happens, remember that you're more than your mother's daughter. You're a member of the team, a student of Beacon, a friend. And most importantly, you're Young, Wise said. I know, Young said. Young then left the room and headed to the Bullhead landing. She met up with Deku there and the two boarded a Bullhead to Vale. As they exited the Bullhead after it had landed in Vale, they saw Raven waiting for them. Glad you could both make it, Raven said. Mom. It ends tonight, Young said. We're not leaving Vale without all the answers and the full picture, Deku said. Yeah, I figured. But what about we get some coffee to go before moving to somewhere more comfortable? It wouldn't do to speak of destiny while standing in the middle of the street, Raven said. The three then did as Raven suggested. So, I take you read my letter, Raven said. Yes. I thank you, Young said. For what, Raven asked. It's just those words. They are words I've always needed. I just wish I could have gotten to read them sooner, Young said. Same. Believe me, Raven said. So, mind giving some answers, Deku asked. Indeed, boyfriend. What the hell is this future that you had in mind for me that was so bad that it made Dad fight you while you were still recovering from childbirth, to start with, Young said. And how does all of that tie into what you were doing with me, Deku asked. Raven gave a small laugh. Alright, this necessitates a little bit more backstory. I suppose Daijuku shared with you the history of our tribe, Raven asked. He did. So, Young asked. Well, there's a little detail that I omitted to mention. You see, our founders weren't just a caste rebelling to not lose their place. They actually had a claim to the throne of Mistral, Raven said. A claim to the throne? How, Deku asked. Simple. One of their leaders was the brother of the ruler of Mistral at the time of the upheaval, following the Great War. Their strategy wasn't just become tyrants, they wanted to put that brother on the throne. Now, guess who we descend from, Young dear, Raven said. You cannot be serious, Young said. Oh, but I am, Raven said. So you're saying that Young is, Deku asked. Congratulations, Izuku. You've managed to bag yourself a princess, Raven said. No, he didn't. No, I'm not, Young yelled. Technically you are. Mistral is still a monarchy, if with some concessions given to the public, Raven said. You know what I mean. Oh. Oh gods, that's why Dad didn't. You want to, Young said. To overthrow an entire country, Izuku questioned. Oh, it's not want. I'm gonna do it. Give me a couple more years, Raven said. And you want me to? Young asked. Yup. You're going to be the first queen of Mistral ever, Young. Be proud, Raven said. That's insane. You're insane, Young said. Or why do you say that, Raven asked. Because you want to overthrow a country. There would be endless bloodshed and needless death in your attempt to do that. And one of those deaths will have to be me, Deku said. Izuku, Young said. I will not let you overthrow Mistral so long as I live, Deku said. And he won't be the only one. The four great countries are technically allied, remember. What makes you think the other three are not going to interfere? And while you fight your war, what about the Grim, Young said. Oh, that's all. What, you think I'm some kind of brainless warmonger? Of course I have planned for all of that. The revolution is going to be mostly bloodless, Raven said. Okay, let's say I believe you. Whatever. If we share the same blood, why do you even need me? You have a claim to the throne just as much as I do, Young said. Well, first because a mother fighting to put her daughter on the throne is much more PR savvy than a warrior queen leading an uprising. And second, you'd make a much better ruler than me, Young Raven said. Young and Deku were shocked. If all it took for being a good leader was a blood claim, my father or the current ruler would do just fine. No. Young, this is not about power-mongering, nor is it about brining back the old order of things. It would fail just as the new one did. What we need it to create something new, and it can't be brought upon by someone belonging to either. For all the changes, I still decided to give up my rights to being a mother after a duel, Raven said. Mom, Young said. No. What the world needs for true change is someone knowing both worlds but belonging to neither. Someone who can see the good and bad in both and do with them as necessary. You're that person, Young. You're going to lead us to something better. A world that won't need to sacrifice its best to survive, Raven said. Why? How? How can you be certain? Why do you believe in me so much, Young asked. Because you're my daughter. You're young Branwenzai Long, and you're going to kick the world's ass, Raven said. Mom, I don't know what to say, Young said. Say yes, Raven said. Wait, you want an answer right now, Young asked. Gods, no. Of course not. Who did you take me for? I know very well what kind of bombshell I just dropped on you. Take your time. As I said, it's not going to happen for a few years yet. And now that we finally have time to spend together, what's the use in rushing? Raven asked. I think I'd like that, Mom Young said. Okay, that explains what you want with Young. But that doesn't explain what you want with me. Why am I so important that you had sex with me and had to test me? Deku asked. Right, you're right. Mom, I now understand everything about my life except for, what do you want with my boyfriend? Young asked. First of all, that night in juniors was a drunken night of passion. You cannot deny that, Raven said. I can't, but you still did it. If you needed some relief, why me? Deku said. Cause I'm a sucker for a man with a pretty face and a nice bod, just like Ty, Raven said. You, Young said, as Deku blushed. As for the test, I had to be certain, without being drunk, that you were good enough for my daughter, Raven said. Excuse me, Deku said. I told you the first time, didn't I? I was testing you and wanted to know more about you. The first time I met you I wanted to see if you had any balls, and you certainly do. You stood up to me, both for yourself and for Young. In front of me, that is no small feat, Raven said. Of course I would, Deku said. Second, I needed to see if you were open-minded. While not exactly approving of everything I submitted to you, you stomached it for a chance to learn more, to further your objective. Again, a very important skill, Raven said. An important skill for what? Young asked. Diplomacy, my dear. Believe me when I say that you're going to want someone to have your back when it comes to leading and diplomacy, Raven said. You. I mean. What? Deku questioned. Hey, almost bloodless but still a war. I figured I'd better start looking for royal consort candidates sooner rather than later, Raven said. Both Young and Deku blushed. Consort. Mom Young yelled. You can't. We're too young to, Deku yelled. Raven laughed. Calm down, kids, there's a government to overthrow first. And hey, if that causes you distress, I still haven't gotten to the reason behind the third test. Though I guess I didn't need to do it, but I had to make sure, Raven said. That. How does that? Young asked. You know what's historically the most common reason for wars of succession? Raven asked. No, Deku said. The ruler dying without a legitimate heir. So the most important thing I needed to check, Izuku, was that you're going to be able to deliver on that front. And by gods I'm sure of that, Raven said. There was a moment of silence before Young and Deku exploded in a blushing mess. Mom Young yelled. All Deku could do was stutter and splutter. Oh my gods, don't be such prudes. I'm talking about making babies. It's not rocket science, Raven said. I know what you're talking about. I'm not stupid. But it's way too soon. Your brain is on backwards. That must be it, Young yelled. Come on. I know you two have been going at it like furnace in heat. You certainly take after me and Tai, in that regard. Although you did take longer. 1 week in and we were already, Raven said. Shut your mouth. I don't need to think of you and Dad, Young yelled. That doesn't matter. It's way too soon to think about marriage and babies. We are still in school, Deku yelled. Preposterous. It's never too soon to start looking for a good partner, Raven said. Why is this the only aspect you're traditional on? Young asked. You two are adorable. Well, then, what about Plan B? Raven said. Plan B? Deku questioned. Yup. There's a way out of everything, including the revolution thing, if you want, Raven said. And that would be? Young asked. Well, if Young doesn't want to do it, I can't certainly force her to, right? And I guess I can wear the crown for a little while, but, again, succession. And it just so happens that. Well, the more I thought about meeting Young and the more I realized, Raven said. You realized? Deku asked. What? Exactly, Young asked. I kinda want another baby, Raven said. Mom. No, absolutely not, Young yelled. Oh, come on, you owe at least that, Raven said. I owe you nothing. You're the one who disappeared on me, Young yelled. Not by choice. And the first thing you did when I appeared before you made me feel. You have any idea how hurt I was, Raven asked. But why him, Young asked. Hey, it's not my fault we have the same taste in men. And come on, you know you want a sibling, Raven said. Not fathered by my boyfriend, thank you very much. I just got over you fucking him, Young yelled. How is it any different from him doing it with his other girlfriends, Raven asked. Because they're not my mother. I don't want to have Izuku as my stepdad, Young said. But you already call him daddy, Raven said. Mom. How much have you watched, Young asked. Enough. The world needs the Branwen bloodline to continue, and I'm 90% certain your uncle's fertility is in the negatives because of the alcohol. So it's up to us. So choose. Grandchild or sibling? Or perhaps both, Raven asked. None. Stop it, Young yelled. Yes. Please. Anything else but this, Deku yelled. Fine. I'll shelve it for later. I have something I need to ask you too, Raven said. Can I have a drink first, Young asked. Me too, Deku said. The three then went to a bar. After a few drinks, Izuku had calmed down. Young on the other hand had already had several glasses and was still drinking. Raven was drinking as well, but not as much as Young. You've certainly improved your tolerance for alcohol. I might have to kiss you more than once to get you drunk, Raven said. Please don't. I don't think I could get the others to back down if that happens again, Deku said. Fine. I won't get you drunk. As for me, I'll drink away, Raven said. Are you sure you should? Don't you have a question to ask, Deku asked. Don't worry about it. Where do you think Young got her tolerance for alcohol from, Raven asked. Young finished chugging a drink and slammed the glass down. Young, don't you think you should stop? Your mom has a question to ask, Deku said. I wanna forget all of this tonight and wake up in the morning and deal with it. So no, you can answer it, Young said. But we don't, Deku said. Go right ahead, Izuku can answer my question, Raven said. Young then got another drink. Okay then. So, what do you want to ask, Deku asked. There's something that Tai and Crow alluded to that I need confirming for my own sanity, Raven said. They wouldn't tell you, Deku said. They said I wouldn't believe them. And they're right, I don't. So I need you to tell me, Raven said. Okay. What is it, Deku asked. Is Summer Rose alive, Raven asked. Yes. Summer Rose is alive, Deku said. Raven was stunned with shock and tears began to from in her eyes. This better not be a joke, Raven said. It's not. Summer is alive and well. Well as one can be beneath Remnant's surface, Deku said. What, Raven asked. To cut a long story short. We found out Summer was alive when me, David and Ruby fell down super far underneath Peak. We would have been dead without her, Deku said. Peak, Raven said. Raven then got up and began to run out of the bar. But before she could leave, Deku grabbed hold of her waist and lifted her up. Izuku. Why are you stopping me? I need to rescue her, Raven yelled. Don't you think we would have done so already? It's not that easy, Deku said. Raven paused for a moment before calming down. Deku sat back down, Raven sitting on his lap. Okay. So how do we rescue her, Raven asked. We can't do much really, it's up to Ruby to rescue her, Deku said. Of course it is, Raven said, a smile appearing on her face. I'll leave it to her then. And do not hesitate to call if you need help in any way, Raven said. I'll pass it on to Ruby, Deku said. Thank you, Raven said. Now, would you kindly get off my lap, Deku asked. But I'm comfortable, Raven said. Well, I'm not, Deku said. Are you sure? I don't think so, Raven said. Raven started to wiggle and bounce, earning and moan from Deku. You're so bad, Izuku. Getting a boner in public, you perv. Good thing I'm wearing a skirt to hide it, but if it gets any bigger we're gonna have to hide it somewhere else. Good for you that I know a place close by, Raven said. Raven, you're drunk, Deku said. Maybe. But I'm not as drunk as her, Raven said. Deku looked to see a very drunken Young standing over them. Young, Deku said. Young then pushed Raven over with her rear and sat down on Deku's lap before planting her lips on Deku's. Oops, seems I've made someone jealous, Raven said. Pay attention to me too. I want your babies as well, Young said, touching Deku. Oh my, Raven said. Young, I, Deku said. Why don't we go somewhere more private, Raven suggested. Young nodded and hummed in agreement. The next thing Deku knew was that he was being dragged out of the bar. Fuck, Deku said, as he was now in bed, staring up at the ceiling, with Raven and Young naked on either side of him. The two of them were fast asleep whilst Deku was wide awake. Wednesday. Day 178. Pyrrha was currently fighting all members Team CRDL in combat class, and she was beating their ass. Pyrrha was effortless fending of each of them off. It was so effortless in fact, that after the match had ended Pyrrha pretty much still had all her aura left, whilst all of Team CRDL were in the red. Glinda approached from behind Cardin, who was clutching his ribs. And that's the match, Glinda said. Lucky shot, Cardin said. Cardin then collapsed. Well done, Miss Nikos. An excellent performance, especially when outnumbered, Glinda said. Thank you, Professor Pyrrha said. Alright, now I know that's a tough act to follow, but we have time for one more sparring match. Any volunteers, Glinda asked. Glinda looked around to see any raised hands. Mercury then raised his hand. I'll do it. Very well, Mercury, let's find you an opponent, Glinda said. Actually, I wanna fight him, Mercury said, pointing at Izuku. Izuku, do you accept Mercury's challenge, Glinda asked. I do, Deku said. Then would the both of you please make your way down, Glinda said. You sure about this, Izuku? They might have something planned, Jack said. Maybe. But I have a little plan of my own I want to enact, Deku said. Okay. I'll trust you, Jack said. What are you thinking, Emerald asked. Well, I need to get some practice against him in case we need to fight him later. And since you're too scared to fight him, Mercury said. I'm not scared. I'm just cautious, Emerald said. Mercury laughed. Sounds like the same thing to me, Mercury said. The two of them were now down in the arena waiting for someone to make the first move. The two started inching closer and closer together until they were almost face to face. Mercury then spun around to build up momentum for a kick. But to Mercury's surprise, Deku had countered with the exact same move. What the, Mercury said. Mercury quickly goes back in, launching several attacks at Deku, but he either dodged them or blocked them before proceeding to use the same attacks back at Mercury, with much better success. Not used to having your attacks used against you, are you, Deku asked. Mercury grunted. Mercury went for an axe kick, to which Deku grabbed hold. Mercury went to kick Deku with his other leg, but Deku grabbed that one again. You're fighting angry, Deku said. He's got you there, you idiot. Ma'am, should I, Emerald asked. No, I want to see what our little friends can really do, Cinder said. Deku had now thrown Mercury across the arena. Just as Mercury got up, he saw Deku flying towards him likewise. Mercury quickly dropped and spun to kick Deku up. Using his shield as a platform, like Pyrrha, Deku changed direction back towards Mercury. Deku then proceeded to launch several attacks at Mercury that were copies of his friends. Has he seriously been studying our moves all this time, Weiss asked. I'd like to say no, but I'm seeing it, Pyrrha. How has he got the time to do that? I've managed to learn everyone's moves. But he's had even less time. And he's copying them, John said. I've seen enough. Get that idiot under control before he gets seriously hurt, Cinder said. Yes ma'am, Emerald said. Mercury and Deku were now on opposite sides of the arena. Deku charged in for a final blow when I forfeit, Mercury said. Deku stopped, his fist inches from Mercury's face. A gust of wind then came from Deku's fist. Had enough, Hermes? Deku asked. Mercury just grunted. Mercury Black has forfeit. Izuku Midoriya is the victor of the match. Next time, you may want to think a little harder before choosing an opponent, Glinda said. I'll be sure to do that, Mercury said. And with that final match, the lesson is over, children. But before you leave, please gather round and listen up, Glinda said. Every student now had their attention on Glinda. You must have noticed by now that Beacon doesn't have final exams for any of its classes. Not for combat, nor for aura or history or grim studies. Nothing. There's only one final test at the end of the year. Your first true taste of a hunter's work. And that's all that matters. We take attendance and work on a credit system because we need to make sure you're in our classes, taking the chance to partake of our knowledge and experience. But we know all too well that learning can't always be exemplified in a controlled environment, like a school. There's only one situation where everything you've learned can't be hidden, the battlefield. There are no books, not tests to ace, no questions to answer if not your own. Questions like, how do I defeat this enemy? How do I reach my goal? How do I help my teammate? And how do I survive this? You will be escorted by a veteran hunter, because the purpose of this exam is to evaluate you. But it's also a chance to really discover yourselves and what being a hunter means to you. Some of you may have had more contact than others with the world as it is outside of cities like Vale, but experiencing it as a hunter is something completely different. As your teacher, nothing would make me more proud than if you all succeeded and all came back still set on the path of the hunter. But as your teacher, what would really make me happy is you finding the path you really belong on, even if it'll take you away from Beacon. So keep it in mind when you choose your mission on Monday. Find that path, work towards your goal. And stay safe, students. For as long as you'll have it, Beacon shall be your home away from home. Class dismissed, Glinda said. We should probably take that advice, Evelyn said. It's probably the first time since we arrived in Beacon that we're going to have time to think about the future, Jack said. We can't always be fighting gods and their underlings, can we? Penny said. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? The final exam, helping May, David said. That'll be the most normal thing we've done since coming to this school, Evelyn said. No, you idiot, Deku yelled. Everyone jumped in shock. You've just gone and jinxed us. Now we're going to find some special grim out there or something like that, Deku said. You really think that will happen? Penny said. If I have learned anything on Earth and Remnant, is that anything can happen, Deku said. Deku was in his dorm room when there was a knock at the door. Deku opened the door to see Blake standing there. Blake. What a surprise. What brings you to my neck of the woods? Deku said. We need to talk, Blake said. About what? Deku asked. About what happened last time, Blake said. Oh, that. If you're ready then, Deku said. Blake and Deku had moved to the garden. So where do we start? Blake asked. Hopefully at the beginning. I hate starting a story in the middle, Deku said. You know what I mean, Dick. You're owed an explanation. You've gotten yourself mixed into something you don't deserve. Just because. Because, Blake said. Because I like you. You can say that out loud, Deku said. You shouldn't, Blake said. Why not? Deku asked. Everyone who gets close to me gets ruined. One way or another, Blake said. Ruined, huh? Interesting choice of words. Most people would say hurt, Deku said. Hurt is only part of it, Blake said. Would you prefer if I asked you questions, then Deku asked. Yes. I think I'd prefer if you did, Blake said. Okay. Blake, by any chance, was the person who came after me and Sun your ex-boyfriend? Who is he exactly, Deku asked. Adam Taurus. As you guessed, he's my ex-boyfriend. He's also one of the Rokutsume, Blake said. Rokutsume? What's that, Deku asked. It's Old Mistrali. It translates to 6 claws. They are the regional leaders of the White Fang. The Fang is organized in 6 districts, so to speak. Each one answers to a Rokutsume, who in turn answer to the supreme leader. Northern Mistral, Southern Mistral, Atlas, Vale, Southern and Northern Vacuo. Adam is the one in charge of the Vale region. But he wasn't when I met him, Blake said. What was he, then, Deku asked. Just another lost soul. Born in Atlas, he had recently escaped bondage through one of our operations. He had suffered terribly, and was so lost. He didn't know what to do with his anger and frustration, either, since his abusers had died in the operation. A better person would have helped him get better, prevent his past of abuse to define the rest of his life. Instead he met me. Young, emotional, naive, toxic. I saw potential in him. So I persuaded him to enter the Fang. And in so doing, filled his mind with poison. I only understood what I had done when he realized that potential, rising through the ranks in an incredibly short time. Being chosen to replace the previous Rokutsume when they passed. And making the Vale chapter increasingly more violent and less discriminatory, Blake said. He started going after everyone, Deku said. Yes. Civilians. Women and children. Non-aligned fauni. And to my shame, there was a point where I didn't see a difference either. The nuances, the us versus them, the black and white. It was all I could see, Blake said. Blake, you were younger, Deku said. And stupider. When I eventually came to my senses and left, Adam took it very personally. And her had every right to do so. I was the one who radicalized him and then I fled him. Seeing him nothing but a monster, Blake said. Is he, Deku asked. Yes. But of my own making. Izuku, you know how semblances are a reflection of people's souls and personality. I create a copy of myself out of shadows. I literally make another me and stuff it full of my darkness. You understand what I'm trying to say, Blake asked. That you're going to turn me into the worst version of myself? Or something like that, Deku asked. If Adam doesn't hurt you first. If he's personally leading the Fang in whatever operation they are involved in the city, I'm sure he will do his utmost to mix business and pleasure, Blake said. He can try, Deku said. Huh? You want to fight Adam? Blake asked. I don't want to fight anyone. But if he plans to hurt the innocent and the ones I care about, then we're going to have problems, Deku said. But you just won't be fighting Adam, you'll have to fight the whole Vale region of the White Fang as well. You can't do that alone, Blake said. Who says I'm alone? I've got you, my teammates, your teammates, and my friends. United together, I'm sure we can stop Adam, Deku said. I struggle to understand you, Izuku. Are you just superficial? Is that it? Blake asked. Nah, just optimistic. It's an important trait of being a hero, Deku said. And what would a hero think about my influence? Blake asked. They would think that you are not the same person you were before. You were oppressed. You were put down because of something you couldn't control and allowed a toxic mindset to take over. But as you said, you saw the light. You saw what you were doing was wrong and pulled yourself out. And now you're training so that this darkness may never consume someone again, Deku said. Have I ever told you how much I love you? Blake said. Many times. Now I've got some free time you can take if you want, Deku said. Yes, Blake said. The two then went into Vale for a date, but things weren't going to go as expected. Not long after exiting the bullhead, the two ran into a familiar figure. The two of them were now face to face with Callie Belladonna. Sensing the awkwardness, Deku moved quickly. "Mrs. Belladonna, allow me to take care of your shopping," Deku said. Deku quickly took the list and bags Callie had and took off. "Well, this isn't how I expected this to go," Callie said. "Mom. What are you doing here?" Blake asked. "To get the chance to see you again, Blake. I missed you," Callie said. Blake started to cry. "I missed you too," Blake said. Blake then ran into Callie's arms. "You were right. You were right," Blake cried. "It's okay. It's okay," Callie comforted. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry," Blake cried. The two then went to Callie's apartment, where Blake told Callie about everything since they last saw each other. "And that's when I decided to leave," Blake said. "Why didn't you come back home?" Callie asked. "You didn't deserve that. You still don't. You left behind a daughter. What I had become was a beast. A monster. I had no right to put that on you, when you had warned me what chasing that path, that anger, would do to me," Blake said. "Had become?" Callie asked. "I'm not going to act like I've even begun to atone for all I've done. But, despite my best intentions, I've managed to make trusted friends who have zero patience when it comes to my self-destructing bullshit. I may not be someone I like fully, yet. But I am changing. And I intend to continue to change, until I can hold my head high and stop sticking to the shadows," Blake said. "You've matured. I wish it hadn't taken such a traumatic experiences. But you've grown, Blake. Blake. Me and your father would really like if you came home," Callie said. "I can't. But not because of the reason you may think. The Fang is in Vale. They are planning something," Blake said. "Yes. I know," Callie said. "Me and my team have been investigating their operations. I can't just leave them in the middle of it. And truth tell, I don't really want to. As I said, they are my friends. They are all great girls, and even if I left, they wouldn't just stop investigating the Fang. They are not doing it for me, they are doing it because they want to help. And beyond even the Fang, Mom. I want to become a huntress, now," Blake said. "Why?" Callie asked. Blake said. "Why do you want to become a huntress? I think it's a fair question to ask, considering what happened last time you made a career choice," Callie said. Blake laughed. "Fair enough. Why? When I first came to Beacon, it was to hide and make up for what I've done. I was scared, angry at myself," Blake said. "A lifetime of penance. Can't say I approve," Callie said. "I know. But that was before. Now. I still feel the pull to go back to what I was before, but it's not as strong. My friends made it possible. And so, I want to become a huntress because in Team RWBY I found a place where I belong. A place where I can be happy and become a better me. A new Blake. Someone you can be proud of," Blake said. "That's better. It really makes me glad to hear you say that, and to realize that you mean it," Callie said. "I'm surprised myself. Also, Beacon has vacation time, no? I was thinking of coming back to Menagerie after the Vittle Festival," Blake said. "Oh, please do. Your father would be so happy. Not being able to come to Vale once we found out you were here weighs on him so much," Callie said. "I promise I'll come. I'm done running from the two of you," Blake said. "That's great. Feel free to bring any of your friends, too, or Ijuku. Brothers know we have enough space," Callie said. I think that may be a bit premature, especially considering. Wait a minute. How do you know his name? And how does he know you're my mother?" Blake asked. How do we know each other, indeed? You sure you didn't mention me?" Callie asked. "No, I have not. I'm absolutely certain. I have not mentioned him even in passing, so far, Blake said. Fair enough. Nothing nefarious, my dear, I simply was having a stroll in the market area when I caught your scent on a strapping young man. I approached him and he was nice enough to talk to me. I can assure you he didn't share any private details, he just reassured me that you were well and surrounded by friends, Callie said. I see. So that's how you knew that I had enrolled in Beacon, Blake said. Yes. The information that we managed to get through some old contacts stopped at Vale. If it hadn't been for him, I probably would have gone back home or another kingdom, Callie said. I will have to thank him. Also for not telling me that you were here. Brothers know how I would have reacted, Blake said. Yeah. He's a good boy but so easy to read when flustered, Callie said. I know, right? He just... Wait a minute. How and when did you see Izuku, flustered, Blake asked. Well, when we went out for the first time, and he was talking about you met, he suddenly froze and blushed when he mentioned bonding over books, Callie said. Blake sighed. That sounds like him. And I guess you figured out what kind of stuff I read from that single reaction, Blake said. Afraid I did. Please tell me you read Madonna Ark's works, Callie asked. Blake blushed. Blake then came to a realization. Hold the scroll, Blake said. Callie said. Went out. You used the words went out, Blake said. That. Yes, I believe I did, Callie said. Went out. As in, like a date. Went on a date. And you said first time. As in you had more than one date, Blake asked. Maybe so. I don't consider our first meeting as one, so. Oh gods. It appears that I have lost count of how many times we've met. Although I won't forget the second time, he had no idea what was happening, the poor dear, Callie said. Of course he had no idea. Mom, what did you do to him, Blake asked. Nothing bad, Callie said. You did not, Blake said. What if I did, Callie asked. I can't believe you, Blake yelled. Why not, Callie asked. You slept with my boyfriend, Blake yelled. He wasn't your boyfriend at the time, young lady. I know a taken man when I see one, and he was not taken by you. The girls he was actually taken by didn't seem to mind sending him in the den of the lion. So I indulged myself, Callie said. You you guys haven't changed a bit, Blake yelled. Nope. But of course, now that you're actually in a serious entanglement, if you wish me to stop relating to him as a sexually available partner, I will, Callie said. If. And you think that makes it okay? Just because I read erotica doesn't mean that I, Blake yelled. So. This is what you left us for, a voice asked. Blake and Callie jumped as a red-haired girl in tactical gear made herself present. Ilya, Blake said. Running back to the weak, useless old guard. Playing house with human, Ilya questioned. Ilya's skin then turned green. Being defiled by one, Ilya questioned. Mom, stay behind me, Blake said. Blake, who is this person, Callie asked. Ilya Amitala. She's with the Fang and we were assigned to the same unit, Blake said. I see, Callie said. Ilya's skin then went pink and her hair went blue. Is that all I am to you, Blake? An ex-companion, Ilya asked. I wish I could say it's because of your warm opening statements, Ilya. But truth is, we could have never been anything but, Blake said. You're that far gone, Ilya asked. That far removed from you and the Fang, yes. And honestly, I have you to thank for it, Blake said. Ilya's skin then went back to normal. Explain, Ilya said. I could have never noticed what I had become and what I had done without meeting you. Without hearing you talk about your past. I've lost count of the amount of Fawny who I met and told me about their experiences with racism. From isolation, to sneering, to work treatment, to worse, Blake said. Blake, Callie thought. Whenever I spoke to them, underneath the flurry of emotions there was always the underlying current of sadness. But not you. When you told me about your experiences in school in Atlas, all I could feel from you was anger and hate, Blake said. Ilya's hair then went back to normal. Well, excuse me for being pissed off. I remember a few choice words from you about human, as well, Ilya said. Indeed. And when I looked around, when I looked at what I had turned Adam into, at the people he had started surrounding himself with, all I could see was hate and anger. Without and within. Somewhere down the road, hate became all I knew. It built my world, imprisoned me as did everyone around me. Taught me how to eat, how to drink, how to breathe. I thought I'd die with all the hate in my veins and take so many more innocents with me. That's why I left, Blake said. So you left because you were a coward? Because the cause was not important enough to you? The princess couldn't sully her hands no more, Ilya said. There's nothing cowardly about what my daughter has done, Callie said. Mom, Blake said. This coming from the old guard who led us nowhere. To this day we're still fighting to get rid of your harmful influence. But if you make a habit of consorting with human males, no wonder you're still trapped in the mentality of a slave, Ilya said. You're nothing but a sad, cruel, ignorant child, aren't you, Callie said. Callie began to move closer to Ilya. Mom, she's dangerous, Blake said. Watch your mouth, Sao, Ilya said. First of all, the entire reason why you can even go on your little revenge crusade is because of us. We built the entire structure and all the connections you're using to keep it going. Second, you speak of cause. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believed that the cause of the White Fang was the good of our people. So, excuse me for being unimpressed with indiscriminate violence that only harms them overall, Callie said. We've freed hundreds of our brothers and sisters, Ilya said. And how many of those found lives outside of the Fang? How many others are facing the consequences of your bloodshed despite not having even ever looked at a White Fang leaflet, while you keep playing racial avenger? I don't know if the arithmetics you learned at that fancy Atalsian school stuck with you, young lady, but there aren't that many of us Fawny. There are swaths of humans who have never seen one. But they will have heard of the Fang. And they will hear of your chapter's actions, it will color their perception, and any racist falsehoods about any Fawny they meet will go unchallenged. Your actions systematically take away chances at happiness for us the world over. And you're too far gone down your own self-pity spiral to even realize it. Boo-hoo, my parents are dead and my schoolmates were mean to me, Callie said. Mom, Blake yelled. Watch it, Ilya yelled. You watch it, young lady. I've heard thousands of those stories. I've lived and seen them, and so has my husband. I haven't forgiven and I probably never will. But I chose to endure, because my people needed leaders. Our methods may have been outdated, because the world changed around us. We recognized that and that's why we left. But I'll be damned if I'm going to sit here and be insulted by a child who aims to ruin everything we've worked for. Someone like you. Someone like you could never make my daughter happy, Callie said. What, Blake said. You're lucky you're more trouble dead at my hand than alive, you bitch. But I pray the grim choke on your innards, Ilya said. Ilya then left. She's gone. I can't smell her anymore, Callie said. Mom, what you said at the end? Was that, Blake asked. I could tell easily. When she asked about what she was to. Wait. You mean you didn't know, Callie asked. No, I never knew, Blake said. Well, in that case. Let's go back to what we were talking about before we were interrupted, Callie said. Sometime later, Deku had finished with Callie's shopping and was about to enter her apartment. He hoped that everything had gone well between them and hoped that it would continue even after telling Blake about his dates with Callie. Blake. Mrs. Belladonna. Are you here, Deku asked. We're in the bedroom, Blake said. Deku then made his way to the bedroom. Blake, there's something I need to, Deku said, entering the bedroom. Deku was then tackled to the bed. What the, Deku yelled. Deku was then blindfolded and tied up. Blake. Callie. Is this you? Deku said. Yes it is darling, Callie said. Okay. Next question. Why have you done this to me? Deku said. Because I have some questions in need answering, and I'm not going to allow you to run away, Blake said. Ah. So you found out. Blake Deku said. Shush Ijuku. Mom told me everything. And I've come to terms with it, Blake said. Really? Deku asked. Yes, but that doesn't mean you're off the hook for this, Blake said. That's fair. So what are you going to do to me? Deku said. You'll see, Callie said. The blindfold was then removed from Deku's face. Deku saw Blake and Callie before him in some revealing outfits. I'm not going to get any sleep tonight, am I? Deku asked. Nope, Callie said. Thursday. Day 179. Before classes began for the day, Penny was in the Beacon Garden. My name is Penny Polendina. And as far as anyone knows, there's only one of me. I mean, there is. There is only one of Penny, but Penny is made up of more than just the Penny people see. When I was born, it was a complete surprise. My father hadn't been actively looking to create me, I was an unexpected miracle. A byproduct of an experiment in the properties of dust crystals. A newborn soul, trapped in such a small core, without any ability to interact with the world or learn. As special as my existence was, I would have had the same life of a plant or a particular precious paperweight. So my father decided he would build me a real body. But there was a problem with that plan, Penny thought. Penny, there you are. Lessons are about to start. We were getting worried when you didn't show for breakfast, Evelyn asked. Oh, Evelyn, I'm sorry. It's just, I wasn't really hungry, Penny said. Penny. You're never hungry. What's wrong? Evelyn asked. I wanted some time to myself to think, Penny said. Did something happen? Evelyn asked. Nothing yet, just. I've recently had to face a situation that so far I had always been shielded from. And yet, all I can do is ignore and repress it. There's no cure, just caution. And yet, Penny said. Does this have to do with that checkup the boys accompanied you to? That was quite a while ago, Evelyn said. In a way, but please don't. I've told them that everything was fine, Penny said. Then something is wrong, Evelyn said. No. I mean, yes. This is so illogical, Penny said. Are you in danger? Evelyn asked. No, Penny said. That's good. Then, try and explain what's bothering you, Evelyn said. There's something about me that. It's been with me for as long as I can remember, and it will keep on being so forever. I had gotten used to thinking of it as an ally, something useful, but now I've realized it may be harmful, and I will have to learn to live with it, Penny said. Sounds familiar, Evelyn said. Yeah, I guess if anyone would know how that feels, it'd be you, Penny said. Yes. So don't make my mistake. Don't be a martyr, don't think that you have to keep your problems from us. If something's wrong, just tell us. I survived. We survived because we have a lot of friends and we kick some considerable ass, but there was no small amount of luck involved, Evelyn said. True. Remembering the way I felt in Barito, there is no way I would ever willingly put anyone through that myself, Penny said. Good, Evelyn said. Yes, good, Penny said. Come on now, we've got classes to attend. Unless you wanna ditch, Evelyn said. No thank you. Let's head to class, Penny said. The two then headed off to class. After the school day had ended, Mercury and Emerald were currently in the hallway of the dorms. You know what I don't understand? Mercury asked. Are you seriously trying to make small talk with me? Emerald asked. Yeah, think of yourself as a buffer wall or something. My question is, Why didn't she ask you to do it in her place to begin with? Mercury asked. Is that really the question on your mind? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? She doesn't trust anyone, that's why. You'd think she'd let something so crucial to our plans in the hands of someone else if she could help it, Emerald asked. Even if someone else could do it better. Because you most probably could. Without even speaking of, Mercury said. You are not about to suggest that she could do this better than me or that we can trust her in any way, Emerald said. Not the latter. Certainly the former, Mercury said. Well, you're wrong. Anyway. Yes. Doing something with less risk or better is worth nothing when the risk is it not being done at all, Emerald said. Then who is it that has that kind of trust in her? Mercury asked. I don't know. She doesn't trust anyone, remember, Emerald said. Deku was currently out in the garden eating lunch with Gwen. They had been doing this for quite a while. They didn't have a set schedule or anything. They would have lunch together when Gwen felt confident enough to ask Deku to eat lunch. Though now the times Gwen would ask Deku to lunch had increased from before. Hey. Ijuku, Gwen said. Yes, Gwen, Deku asked. Deku looked to see Gwen presenting some food to him. Gwen was looking away with a flush on her face. Deku smiled before taking a bite. Gwen looked back to see Deku doing the same. She hesitated for a moment before taking a bite. Deku gave a big smile which caused Gwen to blush profusely. Ah. They are so cute together, Octavia said. I will admit they are cute. But why did you insist on bring us along? Nebula asked. Don't you want to show support for our little girl? Octavia asked. Well, yeah. But this is just stalking, Nebula said. Listen to your teammates and fuck off, Evelyn said. Big talk coming from you. Why don't you fuck off? Octavia said. I'm here to make sure some big titty bimbo homewrecker doesn't do anything, Evelyn said. You'd think I'd ruin their happiness, Octavia said. You tried to ruin our happiness, Evelyn said. Well, you're the one who quickly swooped in after realizing you had competition, Octavia said. Evelyn and Octavia stared and growled at each other. And what seems to be going on here? Deku asked. Octavia and Evelyn froze. Well, you see, Octavia said. We were, Evelyn said. They were spying on you and Gwen and then started getting into an argument. We were dragged along, Dew said. I see. Dew, Nebula, you two may go. I need to deal with these two personally, Deku said. Right. You do that, Nebula said. Nebula and Dew quickly left. Now, it's time to deal with you two, Deku said. The next thing the two knew, they were in Vale, being split up. Octavia going with Deku and Evelyn going with Gwen. So, why did you bring us to Vale and taken me with you while Gwen takes Evelyn? Octavia asked. Because Vale is much bigger than Beacon, so there is less of a chance of running into each other. As for the pairings, we're not going to get very far if we split into any other pairs, Deku said. What do you mean? Octavia asked. Well, what's your problem with Evelyn? Deku asked. Well, she's, Octavia said. A bitch, Evelyn said. Okay. Mind expanding on that? Gwen said. She tried to break me and David up, Evelyn said. Well, from what I heard, she just wanted me to be happy, Gwen said. So that's the lie she told you? Evelyn said. It's what Ijuku told me, Gwen said. How? Evelyn said. Ijuku told me about you and Octavia spying on me and David during our date, Gwen said. I'm sorry about that. I wasn't, Evelyn said. Don't worry about it. I know it wasn't because of me. But just to make sure, you don't hate me, right? Gwen said. What? No. Of course not. I could never hate you and never did. I hated myself. After you asked David and Iju out, I felt like I needed to move quickly before someone took them away from me, Evelyn said. Speaking of that, actually. How did your relationship with David and Ijuku happen? He never told me that, Gwen said. Well, Evelyn said. Drunk rabbit's confusion, Deku said. How, Octavia said. It was during that party that was held at Junior's, Deku said. Oh, okay. We didn't go to that, Octavia said. I didn't think so. Anyway, Evelyn had split us up, David with Penny and me with her. After some dancing we had some drink that may have been too strong for us. We both got drunk. I ended up passing out, she on the other made her move on David. And after everything happened, Penny proposed that we all date each other, Deku said. And you all agreed, Octavia asked. Well, yeah, as you can see. It took some time for us to become comfortable with it. And we're still learning, but we're making it work and we'll do what we can to keep it working, Deku said. That's a big commitment, Octavia said. It is. It also takes a lot of trust and love. We all love each other very much and will come to each other with our problems and insecurities. Like an insecurity about the validity of our relationship, Deku said. Okay. I see what you're doing. Okay, I may have been a bit hard on Evelyn. Perhaps she's not as bad as I first thought, Octavia said. That's a start, Deku said. Gods, I wish you were my boyfriend. You're perfect, Octavia said. Moving a bit too fast for that right now, Deku said. Hold up. You mean you would actually date me, Octavia asked. That all depends on you, Deku said. A few hours later the four had met up again. Hello Aiju. Octavia, Evelyn said. Nice to see you again, Gwen. And Evelyn. I will say you have a wonderful boyfriend who is very thoughtful, Octavia said. And you have a great partner that works very hard. And I can see your hand in that hard work, Evelyn said. The two then boarded the bullhead. That's something at least, Gwen said. Yeah. We just need to give it time now, Deku said. Speaking of time, you still got some, Gwen asked. Oh. What for, Deku asked. Cuddles, Gwen said, embarrassed. Yeah. I've got time for that, Deku said. Gwen and Deku then joined Octavia and Evelyn on the bullhead. Deku was out on a late night run when he saw Emerald approaching David. He decided to stop and eavesdrop. You're thinking faces. Unpleasant, to say the least, Emerald said. Well, that's an interesting way to pick a fight. I was just wondering what the hell you called upon me for so suddenly, David asked. I managed to clear my head. I won't deny that the events I went through which you were privy to shook me to my core, but now I'm better. You were right. Now I have time to think. Surviving is no longer an issue. And as such, I find myself wanting something more. While I decide what that something is, though, I will stick with what's safer for me. And that brings me to this, Emerald said. This being what, exactly, David asked. You saved my life. And I need. No, I want. To return that favor, Emerald said. What, David questioned. Come with me, Emerald said. No, David said. I knew it. You stubborn idiot, Emerald said. Then I guess you know me better than I thought. Not enough to not offer, though, David said. You are going to die, David. You have no idea what's coming, Emerald said. But you do. You know enough that you would be able to stop it, even David said. You know I can't do that, Emerald said. And you know I can't just up and... What? Abandon my friends. Lie to their faces until we can leave Beacon, David asked. You should have learned how to do that pretty well, by now, Emerald said. Indeed. I have learned how to lie and steal pretty well. I might even learn to run. But I can't do it for myself, David said. Why? Why can't you do it, Emerald asked. Because I don't want to end up alone, damn it, David yelled. More than anything else. What scares me the absolute most is being alone. The thought of losing any of them is more than I can bear. Abandoning them is not even an option. I care for them, I want to be near them because they Because they fill my life with something more than just purpose. For their sake, for who I care of, I would do anything because they are my everything. One day maybe I will find something else, a cause, an objective for which to do the same, but, Emerald. Whatever that may be, even if I am willing to go to the same lengths, it will never be able to replace them. Nothing will be, David said. Emerald's face turned to anger, before she walked off. Emerald walked towards the garden where Deku was hiding. She walked past, completely missing him. You really thought that through, Deku said. Emerald jumped. Ijuku, Emerald yelped. And here I thought you were the stealthy one, Deku said. You were eavesdropping on us, weren't you, Emerald asked. Ah yes, because having a conversation out in the open totally counts as a private space, Deku said. Dickhead. So what are you going to do now? Try and convince me to turn myself in. What are you going to say? That if I do so I can walk away scot-free and that you will be my friend so I'm never alone, Emerald asked. No. You clearly already know the whole spiel. I just want to ask, is this truly what you want to do with your life, Deku said. I owe Cinder, Emerald said. You owe her nothing. You don't owe people who help you. You help others, Deku said. Thanks for the words of wisdom, Grandpa, Emerald said. Look. Things don't have to be this way. If you ever want to talk, I'm sure you can find me, Deku said. Deku then left the garden. It's too late for that, Emerald said. Meanwhile, in Team JPDDE's room. Even if I could have a body, I wouldn't know how to use it. Humans, animals, they are born with the instinctual knowledge as to how to move the bodies they are born with. They develop and experiment as their bodies grow and develop, but humans' babies don't need to learn how to breathe or to make blood flow in their veins. I could learn. Where there's a consciousness, there's a way to communicate, but again, I would need a body that I didn't know how to use for that. So, my father also created someone who could operate that body from me while I learned. While he studied. The other Penny. My machine side, as I put it, Penny thought, while in her plug suit. So that's the outfit the boys were talking about. Well, it's not really an outfit, is it? It's what you wear underneath. Now I understand why it got them so flustered, Jack asked. Yeah. When they first saw it, they both had the same reaction. Though I am surprised that this is the first time you've seen me in this. I swear you've seen it before, Penny said. Well, I do tend to go to sleep before any of you get up to mischief. And when I don't, it's usually quite dark, Jack said. I see. Those factors do explain it, Penny said. Anyway, they said that it doubles as a monitoring system of sorts. Are you having any trouble adjusting to your new body, Jack asked. Oh no. I'm fine. It's just that for Papa my very existence is uncharted territory. So the more data he has, the better he can work, Penny said. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that also the purpose of your weekly Saturday checkups, Jack asked. Well, yes, but 24/7 coverage allows for a much larger wealth of data, Penny said. Or maybe your father was just worried about you, Jack asked. I guess he could have been, yes, but Penny said. No buts, silly. I guess that's still something you have to get used to. Let's say. Okay, the analogy is terrible, but you know how a towel can be used for a lot of things. Its intended uses though depends on the need at the moment of the buy, Jack said. Yes, Penny said. Okay. Believe me when I say that Mr. Polendana sees his primary role as being a father, not being a scientist, Jack said. But science is. Research is his passion. It's his whole life, Penny said. Are you sure that it's not something else now, Jack asked. I don't really, Penny said. Of course, your birth was probably different from a normal human's, but he's the one who chose to call himself your father. And there's a lot more meaning behind that word than simply DNA donor. Keep that in mind, Jack said. What was your father like, Jack, Penny asked. My dad was the best. One time, Jack said. Jack proceeded to tell Penny about her father. Friday. Day 180. Ah, the Vittle Festival dance. Such memories. I'm sure you're going to have fun, students, Peach said. So you went to one too, Professor Peach, Jack asked. Just the one, in Shade Academy. We were second years. No ballrooms from ancient seats of powers there, though. The stage was all in the open, under the night desert sky. In Vacuo's capital there's next to zero light pollution. You can see the sky so much clearer than in Vale, Peach said. That sounds so romantic, Penny said. It was. Me and Glinda could barely stop dancing that night. So many people inviting us, Peach said. Cool. Do they also have no supervision, Evelyn asked. They didn't. Still don't, to my knowledge, since Beacon wasn't like that either until Glinda became headmaster, Peach said. It was Miss Goodwixter's idea, Deku asked. That's surprising, Jack said. Believe me, Glinda knows better than anyone how strict she can be. I mean, it's not like we will ever be far from the ballroom. Hell, some of us might come in for a dance or two. But she found that just not having teachers in there makes the whole thing much more relaxing and dissociated from the usual school activities. So relax, have fun, and forget about everything else for one night, students. It will be there waiting for you the following day, Peach said. Also, if you don't mind, help me spread the word that for students who plan on taking the party elsewhere at any point, we will have a bullhead shuttle coming and going from Vale the whole night, Peach said. You ruined it, David said. What? But it's such a nice thing to do, Penny said. It's just the timing of the reveal, you know, David said. We're also going to have an attendant distributing free contracept, Peach said. Okay, we get it, David yelled, interrupting Professor Peach. Penny was currently in Vale with Ruby. My father never really gave it a real name. What he envisioned was a sentient version of the autonomic nervous system. For the first 6 months of my life, all I did was lay down. At first as a core, then inside a machine body, while my father tried to find a way to make me interact with the world. Then, my father finally found a way to communicate with me. He found a way to really talk to me, to teach and make me learn. And to make me interact with this body. On the eve of the 7th month, I could see. On the 8th, I could sit. Then I learned to speak, and so on. I could do all of this because Machine Penny was there to help make the task easier. Still, I eventually even learned to replicate her functions. What then? Father gave me my first choice, Penny thought. Oh wow, fire dust price has gone up, Ruby said. And I decided that I didn't want her to disappear. I wanted to give her a new function. And the occasion came when I discovered my semblance, Penny thought. It has, Penny asked. Yeah. Periodically for a time, now. Seems like Atlas has been sending smaller and smaller shipments, Ruby said. It is weird. Maybe there's a sudden shortage or problems with acquiring supply. Although I haven't heard of such a thing. Or maybe the store owner is biased against you because we owe him a truck, Penny said. Ruby burst out laughing. That was actually a good joke. Great job, Penny, Ruby said. Oh, it wasn't that efficient, Penny said. No, I swear. You've come so far since we first met, Ruby said. I have, haven't I, Penny said. Well, consider that your original idea of having a friend seemed to come out of a TV show. Now you've grown confident enough to use self-deprecating humor. You go girl, Ruby said. I guess that. Placing myself in an uncontrolled environment is what made the change possible. If I had kept only being able to interact with people for minutes at a time, I would have never been able to learn, Penny said. Yeah. Like, I don't know much about the Atlas army, but you can't get more controlled than the military, can you, Ruby asked. Indeed. But to secure the funding needed for my growth, Papa had no choice but to register me as a combatant. It took a while to convince General Ironwood to allow me to even travel with him to Vale. And he definitely didn't expect David, Penny said. Who could ever expect old Crater Face, Ruby asked. Oh. David doesn't seem to have acne problems. Do you know something about his skin condition that I don't? Penny asked. Ruby sighed. Penny, that's not, Ruby said. Psyche. Gotcha, Penny yelled. Ruby burst out laughing. Oh my gods. I need to get used to this, Ruby laughed. Let's say you met me at a very strange time in my life, Ruby. Now. I'm getting over it now, Penny said. Promise to never get over me, Ruby asked. Penny was now in the beacon garden as night had fallen. My semblance. Papa immediately saw its potential. He saw that, one day, I could save the world with it. But he also realized that it was too powerful for me to control, right now. It will take me years to properly harness it. But the machine me could harness it without troubles. Which is how Senza Fili was born. And why my semblance is locked behind its usage. To properly utilize it. But also, to give Machine Penny, the side of me I literally wouldn't exist as Penny without, a function past the ones I've taken over. But now I realize how foolish we were. Her function was doing things I couldn't. And now I told her that her function is doing things in my place because she can do them better, Penny said. So. Not that we mind, but what brought this on, David asked. Can't you just download dancing instructions or something like that if you wanted to learn before the Vittle dance, Deku asked. I could, indeed, but I thought it'd be nicer if I learn it with you too, Penny said. You're adorable, Deku said. And technically, she could be better than me, a better me. In everything I do. So there's only one solution. One way to never let her want to take over. Make her lose the will to fight, Penny thought. Why in the gardens, though? Other than being really romantic, David asked. And why do you want to learn with both of us? Either of us would have been enough to learn dancing, Deku said. It was just because there's more space. But yes. This is kind of romantic. As for why I asked you both here, I didn't want one of you to feel left out, Penny admitted. Silly Ginger, Deku said. Very silly, Ginger, David said. Penny giggled. Yes. Yes, I am, Penny said. Penny, David and Deku started to dance with each other. Each of them being passed from one to another. Become a better and better me. Become the best Penny I can, the best version of Penny that can ever exist. Someone with lots of friends. Someone Papa can be proud of, skilled enough to protect anyone. Strong enough to defeat any opponent and save Remnant. And Penny thought. Deku and David then kissed Penny on both cheeks. Strong enough to never let you go, Penny thought.